There we have it again. Another video. I thought I would never make a new video again. But when I was done recording the last video with the zombie archetype, I had an amazing deck idea. I just saw it online and I was like, oh my god, this does not work, but I'm gonna make it my way. So you see it. It's just Angeleki with combined with the ROLAD cards. There's just nothing good. The ROLAD cards are just very good on their own. There's no synergy. I just put 60 cards together. There are a lot of cards that just couldn't be sided out, etc. But I will just talk about it later. So the matchup, I just went 2-2. I think I could have gone way more if I played better, because the first two games were a double loss, but I gave my opponents the win. With the first would actually be a real win. It was against Q2. Won game 1, he won game 2. I won game 1 by just he went first. I outgrinded him, I think. Yes. And I just played through his board. I didn't have anything. Then game 2 he had everything for my board, and game 3 he just couldn't out my Chaos Angel. I banished his only level 2 with Call by the Grave, and there was just no way for him to beat over it, because he couldn't make the big guy, if I'm not mistaken, that just gains a lot of attack power, because he didn't have his cards anymore to make the guy. So he was just thinking, playing, thinking, which was all okay. I said to him, yes, you can, please think, do your thing, you know, and just before you know it, the time was up. It's what it is. So I surrendered, just gave him the win that way by surrendering. So he went 4-0. That's good. At least we know we did it for something, baby. We did it for something. The second matchup was against Jadol. It was a double loss again. Game 1 I lost. I think no, game 1 I won, going second. He didn't have anything. And game 2 I hard lost. He just no, that's not true. Okay, so this is what happens. Game 1 I won, playing through his board, going second. He banished anything from my extra deck, but I still could play through it with the ROLAD cards, with shuffling back the banished cards. Summoning, he banished my summoning guys, I summoned them more, and it was crazy, The second match was a win for my opponents. Yes, he won, but I don't know how, but he won, okay. Game 3, he follows me, and I was like, fuck it, we're going live, baby. I had drawn in, but I didn't care. It didn't matter. I just summoned and searched and summoned more and more. And I had a board. And after he had like 12 or 13 cards in hand, and then after that he just pull slot me for 11 more cards, baby. 11 more cards. A crazy game, but it just went in time, and I couldn't do. There was just nothing I could do about it. But it's fine. Gave him the win also, just surrendered at the end, so he can have the win. So that's fine. Game 3 was against ROLAD, just pure. I wish I knew more. I would 2-0 the guy. He was new, or newer. He knew how the cards worked, the interactions, my cards, so he knew some things, but he played a bit more slow. So what I was trying to do was pick up my pace, so it didn't end in a double loss, so I could still play. So I won game 1. How did I win again? I went to go second again. Guess it, every game I went second, but okay. I won going second. I did not interrupt him that much. I did open with the E4 card. That's how I won game 1. He just couldn't do just enough to play through it, and then I just broke his board. Played through it even more. Well, it was opening to E4 and it was Magna Mood, so Magna Mood is a good card. And he just couldn't play it that much, so he just passed, and that's it. Round 2, I decided in going second cards, and he just said, you can go first, and I was like, sure, and just made my board that way. I had evenly in hand, but also the field spell. Activate field spell, discard evenly. You just can use those cards. Yes. And I just made a board that he didn't out immediately. He didn't have many hand traps. So we just had this back and forth, nothing special. He just couldn't out it. So I just broke his board after that. He couldn't out mine, and the rest is history. I had like, because I picked up the pace, I played a bit too fast for him to activate more card effects or think about his card effects. So I was like, attack, 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 for game. While he could have gotten cards in the graveyard to summon back, to try to survive one more turn. So that it should be a bit longer of a game grind, but I think in the end it didn't matter for him. And game 4 was against Mr. Rugi. He was going first again, but I had everything. I had opening to e4, I had Ash Blossom, and I had Druid's Worm. Druid's Worm in the end phase searches for, sorry, Magnamut, and Magnamut in the end phase searches for Druid's Worm. Druid's Worm affects still because it's against Mitsu, so just banish those motherfuckers in the graveyard. Summon, broke his board from there. Broke his board from there. Going second, he activated Shifter, and I had Griffo in the draw phase. So I activated Griffo, he activated Shifter, and he ashed my trap card twice. So that was like, sure, it was in Shifter, but what I wanted to do was to just search the dead. What was it again? The Gelter Guardian. I tried to search the Gelter Guardian to just banish it to thin my deck, because the card didn't do so much for me because it didn't have much cards in hand. That banished the deck, but he just asked it twice, so I was like, yeah, sure, I guess. He banished like a lot of his cards. With his Shifter, he tried to make a board, but because of opening e4, he couldn't have more than 5 monster effects, and I didn't have opening to e4 there. No, I didn't have opening to e4. It was the first game, but yeah, I didn't have many hand traps. But I just broke his board with just full engine. Make so many guys. He Rageki'd me, and yeah, it was a crazy game. But I still played through Shifter. There were a lot of misplays from the opponent, but it is what it is. So let's get into the deck profile because it's getting very late. Okay, so let's get into the deck profile. So first of all, Witness of the Ancient. This is my newest favorite card. The card says, when you control a, when you have a synchro monster on the field or in the graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is special summoned, you can place up to 3 synchro monsters from your extra deck or graveyard into the back row, and then you make a token equal to the amount of monsters you placed there. That's it. I just make a lot of Chaos Angels with this card. It's just a very good card. Then I play 3 Escortor Dawnwalker. This card says that you can discard a card in your hand to special summon him and the Fire Ant Escortor. And then you are locked into synchro summoning. This makes 8, and 8 gets me into combos. Of course, and you play the 1 Ant. The Ant has a destruction effect to special summon level 5 monster back from your extra deck. But I just don't don't use it. It's just Link Folder. The newest card, yes, I had it last time about this card. It is Junkmeister. Junkmeister is a new card that has been added from Glorious Galleries, if I'm not mistaken. And it says that you can review a Stardust Dragon from your extra deck, or just starters, to special summon himself. On summon, you can add a Junk monster from deck to hand. And that's it, right? From your deck to your hand, except Junkmeister. And you can target one Junk monster you control, reduce its level by 2, and you can only use that effect also once. So what you just normally do is you activate Junkmeister to special summon himself, activate the effect to search for Junk Armor. Junk Armor, when it is added, except by drawing, you can special summon him to the field. Then when he's on the field, you can just tribute him to special summon a level or a Synchron monster or a Junk monster from your deck. So that's the combo, and then you have this guy on field. You use this effect to tribute to special summon the Stardust Synchron. This card says that he can be special summoned from your hand or graveyard by sending to the graveyard, I think. You can tribute one monster, yes, just by tributing one monster to special summon itself. And on summon, you can search a spell trap card that mentions Stardust Dragon. So it's a pretty good card, but I just summon him for the tuner to go further into my combos. Then I play 2 Ecclesia. This is just for going second. I don't play any Elvises, but this card just says that if your opponent controls more monsters, you can special summon her. It does come up, I promise you. So by playing this card, you just can break boards going second much easier. And you can summon her over a special card that's still a one-off in this deck. And there it is, Summoner Monk. Summoner Monk says when this card is normal summoned, immediately set him to defense position. Then you can discard a spell card to special summon level 4 monsters from the deck. There are so many level 4s you can summon. They are not negated, by the way. So that's very good. Because because they are not negated, you can use Junkmeister's effect to go more into your combos. You can special synchron if you think like I don't need an extra body or I cannot do anything with it. You can summon an Ecclesia with it or even more level 4s. There's just a one-off because it's very bricky if you don't see any spells. And it's a very good bridge for special spell cards that I will talk about later. For the ROLAD archetype, we played 1 Magician of Dark Chaos. This card just says it all. These ritual monsters are unaffected by effects that are not targeting them. So when he is summoned, or when he's on the field, your back row cannot be banished or destroyed. And when he is summoned, you can add any spell back from deck to or from your graveyard to your hand. And his last effect says you can target a card on the field and banish it face down. Very good card, very good card. Then we play the Blackluster Soldier of Light and Darkness. This card says, of course, the same thing, but on summon you can target a card on the field and banish it. So that's very cool. When this card cannot be destroyed by battle, if I'm not also mistaken, and it says that when this card destroys another monster by battle, he can attack again and gains 1500 attack. Well, 1500 attack, and then he can attack again. So it's a very beefy boy. It's a very, very beefy boy. He cannot. He's almost unaffected. It's crazy. We play 3 Griffo. Griffo is a card with 2 effects that I forgot. The first effect is that if you would take damage, you can just discard them to null the damage. Or you can use this other effect to place a spell or trap card that mentions Ritual of Light and Darkness. And it can be activated this turn. So this is what you mostly do into your combos going first, or if your opponents are going first. And then this other effect is that if you're gonna ritual summon, you can use this card as the whole ritual summon for that ritual summon. So that makes it a very, very strong card. I play 2 of the Skull Archfiend of Chaos. This card says when this card is sent to the graveyard, you can send for cost the ritual spell of Light and Darkness from your deck to you, or just any ritual spell from the deck to the graveyard, and then you can add a monster that is listed on the that can be summoned by that card. So I think it has to be listed on the spell or on the monster itself. Add on ritual monsters whose name is mentioned on that card, on that spell card. Yes. So you just send a spell card and then add one of the beautiful ritual full arts that you just saw. Okay, that's when this card is discarded. When this card is in the graveyard or your hand, you can target 3 cards in either graveyard or phase of banishment, including a card that mentions Ritual Light and Dark, and shuffle those back into the deck to special summon him. Makes a lot of Chaos Angels, by the way. That's a good card. Then I played for the fun 3 Celtic Mystic. This card says that if this card is normal or special summon, you can review your hand, not for cost, but for effect. And then you can draw, if there is a monster that mentions Ritual Light and Darkness, you can draw 3 cards and then discard 2 cards. If you resolve this effect, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except once after this card resolves. And his other effect is that you can tribute him to special summon a ritual monster from your hand. Pretty strong, pretty cool, pretty good. It's also a level 4, by the way, that you can search, and it's a bridge for a very special card that I'm just gonna mention later. And then for the last non-hand trap is Farah. Farah, the Primordial Goddess? Yeah, the Primordial Goddess. This is a very interesting card in this deck. I do not have many ways to trigger her, but there are some ways. For instance, with the ROLAD trap cards. Because this card says that if this card is discarded by a spell or trap card, effect, you can special summon her back. And when she is special summoned back by her own effect, then you can, in the same chain, steal a monster from your opponent, non-targeting. So that's very strong. And then she also has an effect in your hand that you can review her plus a spell and trap card, and your opponent cannot respond to that activation of the effects or the activation of that spell and or trap card, by the way, spell and or trap card for this turn and the next turn. So Super Poly, your trap card, Mind Shuffle, all great cards. Just so many good cards that you can review with her first effect. But she's also very strong going second and searchable. For the hand traps, I play 2 Ash Blossoms and Joy's Spring. It's just Ash Blossom. There's nothing much to talk about. Same with Draw and Lockbird. It's just Draw and Lockbird. It's a necessary evil in the format. Just trust me, bro. One effect failure for bridging or for cross out designatoring. Yep, that's it. Magramut, amazing card, and Druid's Worm, the another amazing card. The Bestials are very strong in the format. Everybody knows what they do and nobody lost them except for me. For the spell cards, we play 3 Angelecki Feud Spell, the Angelecki Problem. This card says that you can discard a spell or trap card in your hand to special summon a Angelecki level 2 to your feud, and then you can place 1 in the back row. His other effect says that if a Angelecki monster is destroyed by a specifically battle, if I'm not mistaken, yes, by battle or card effect, sorry, battle or card effect, you can bounce back 1 of your back row Angelekkis back into the deck to special summon that specific card back onto the field. So it's just a starter for me to get into a lot of synchro plays. I played 2 Foolish Burial Goods. This card is just not necessary anymore. Normally you just send the Angelecki Field Spell to go into Angelecki combos, but it's just not necessary anymore. You can cut this card. Then here it comes, the special spell card. It is Small World, baby. Yes, sir, Small World. This card says that, not for a cost, but on the resolution, you can review 1 monster from your hand and choose 1 monster from your deck that has exactly 1 of the same type, attribute, level, attack, and or defense. And banish the revealed monster from your hand face down. Then add from the deck to your hand 1 monster that has exactly 1 of the same type, attribute, level, and attack as the other mentioned monster. So it's like search, search, search. But these, of course, you cannot search them or choose them because they have all the same. They have more than 1 of the same attribute, level, or type. So there are just a lot of crazy bridges that you can do with this card. It's just starter. Of course, draw is draw, but like, hey, what do you want to do? Then we have the record of rights. This card says that you can review a ritual spell card from your deck, and then you can add 1 card that mentions it to your hand. So this just searches any ROLAD cards. Crazy. Then there's another fact that if a ritual monster is sent to the graveyard, if I'm not mistaken, if a ritual monster you control leaves the field by a card effect, yes, while this card is in the graveyard, and you control only ritual monsters, you can just add it back to your hand. So it has a second effect, just keep that in mind. It's getting very late, so I'm trying to do it fast. Pre-prep just searches the ritual monster and the spell. This card is not necessary, just don't use it. The ritual spell card, this card just says that you can just ritual 1 of the ritual monsters by also banishing cards from your graveyard. When this card is in the graveyard, you can activate this effect to add it to your hand and another card that mentions ritual, the light and darkness ritual. That's it. Very strong card. This strong is amazing. Then a card that is searchable is Junk Signal. This card has 2 effects. The first effect is that you can tribute a monster. Yeah, and a special summon one Junk or Synchro monster. Or a card, a Junk, Warrior or Stardust monster, or one that mentions it. But I normally use it for the second effect, that if your opponent responds to an activation of a Synchro monster effect, you can just activate this card to just negate that effect. It's just an extra interruption for just through your combos. Terraforming, searches the field spell. It's still a good card. I won my match against the going second against, how did it go again? I just said it. Alistair, normal summon Alistair. Yeah, it's a good card. Corso Designator just says no, never saw it, never resolved it. Same with Call by the Grave. They're just good cards, but I didn't. I resolved it once against a Q2 player that won me the game, but that's it. Then for the trap cards, we have the Angelecki Disturbance. This card says that you can give your opponent an Angelecki piece that you control, and then all cards around it are just negated forever. Just keep that in mind, forever. But I mostly use it for the second effect, that if this card is in the graveyard, you can banish it to add a Angelecki spell or trap card, accept itself from your deck to your hand. Then we have the card that makes going second even more fun, and that's Angelecki Opening to E4. This card says that if your opponent starts first and you start second, just to start, right? In the standby phase, you can activate this card's effect to place the field spell, then special summon an Angelecki level 2 or 7 in the EMZ, extra monster zone, and then place one in the background. So you just get into your king this way. Very strong card. And then for the rest of this turn, you can only special summon Synchro monster from the extra. Then we play two Mind Shuffles. This card says that you can, once per turn, you can add a monster from deck to hand that mentions Ritual of Light and Darkness, and then discard a card from your hand. So you can add the Archfiend, discard the Archfiend's effect to send the Ritual spell, and then you can add the Ritual guy, activate the Ritual spell in the graveyard to add it back, and most of the times I just do the Archfiend also back and keep the Griffo in the graveyard. Then, when your opponent activates a card effect, you can bounce a level 7 or higher monster from your field back into your hand. Then you can special summon a level or a monster that mentions Ritual Light and Darkness. So this is how you just loop your ritual monsters. And now for the last trap card, it's Infinite Impermanence. This is just there for the Corso Designator. I did resolve it once, that's good. So a lot to explain. So let's get into this side deck very quickly. Null Gainer, Glitch Clutch Null Gainer. This card says that on summon, you can add a level 8 or higher monster with 0 attack from your deck to your hand. This is, of course, your Witness of the Ancient. So this gets into your chess place. Then his second effect is that you can target a monster with 0 attack and defense in your graveyard to special summon that specific card, but that card cannot be used for synchro summoning, etc. But you just use it for Zolkon because that's a special summon. Then we play, yes, there it is, the 3 Champions of Swordsoul. This card says on summon, it can add a spellcaster that with equal attack and defense from your deck to your hand. That means that summons to search the Vara and the Ecclesia that you have. So that is very strong. Then you have the second card is amazing. Okay, listen very closely. You can target a face-up card on the field, negate its effect. Then if Ecclesia is in your monster or Fallen of Elbas is in your graveyard, you can destroy that card. It doesn't say until the end of the turn, it just negates it forever. So just keep it on the field. Crazy, this card is insane. It does negate the ROLAD because it doesn't banish and it does not destroy, it just negates. This card is very, very good. Then for the Angelecki cards, the Angelecki Enlisted. This card says that if it's card, you can target a card that is adjacent to it, but not across. So like here, you are literally playing with palm, and then you can banish that one of those cards, and then you give your opponent him. And then when this card switches from owner, the opponent has to activate its effects. it will be shuffled into your extra deck, and then you can special summon an Angelaki monster from your extra deck. Very, very strong. There's nothing else for this card, if I'm not mistaken. Then we play 2 of the Angelaki Destrier. If this card is placed in the back row, you can search any Angelaki spell cards, and there are so many to choose from, like the field spell and the field spell and the other field spell. And then whenever your opponent resolves a effect, they will burn for 500, so 1000 for each. If this card is in the monster zone, you can target one of your opponent's monsters they control, except for the one exactly across from it, because it's a horse. It can attack only never across from it, but on the sides. And then you can banish that target. Pretty cool. Then we play the 1 Angelaki Bastion. This card says when this card is placed into the back row, you can place the king. And it also says that all the Angelaki cards cannot be destroyed by card effects. Oh, and if this card is in the monster zone, you can target one card that is directly across from this card. So it can be a spell or trap card or a monster, to banish it. It's the rook. It does rook things, okay? And then we have the king. The king says that when this card is placed in the face up in the field spell zones, you can add a Angelaki trap card from your deck to your hand. And when this card is on the field, also when it is there, your opponent can only attempt to activate 5 monster effects during each turn. So it's a little bit of a floodgate. Then if this card is a monster and is in the monster zone, you can just target any monster they control and just banish it, right? Yes, it has to be a monster they control and just banish it. Very, very insane. Then for the more cards, we have the Stardust Dragon. This is just to go into your synchro summons. It's another 8 that you can make for extra board protection if needed be. Then we have the 1 Chaos Angel, the best card in this entire deck. A lot of people just cannot get over it, and I love it. Then you have the Tolkien, which get into a lot of combos, and you will see the next cards that this card can all summon. This card can be summoned by the Glitch Clutch No Gainer and the Witness of the Ancient, even through the Glitch Clutch No Gainer's effect, because this is treated as a special summon. And then with him you summon the Blackwing guy, because in your combo you can because in your combo you have the enlisted, and with the enlisted and this card you make the Bestial Dissipator just into your combo. This card is a negate or a pop depending on what you shuffle back, but the shuffle back is just very good. And then for the last, you play the Black Winged Assault Dragon, because you can just still go to your combo. But if this card is in the graveyard with the enlisted, you can still banish both to make him. So you don't have much of the burn, but you have an extra negation. It's just so late. I will not explain the extra deck much. I think just think Lava Golem is a good card. Fuwalos is still good going second. Same with Perulia. Perulia is way better than I thought. Evenly matched, because evenly matched is evenly matched. And I think, in my opinion, that Ghost Bell is the best card against ROLAD. You can disagree with me, but I just think that this card is so amazing for not having them being able to get the spell back. So that's the deck. Sorry for the explanation. I know I explained a lot of the Angelaki cards already, but I think that just explaining them all is just way better. So there's nothing much to say. I really enjoyed playing chess, really do. And I just want to play more and more of this deck. And maybe try to optimize it, because there are a lot of spell and trap cards that just can't be sided out, that are just not necessary. I just want to say thank you all for watching. This deck is just a blast to just see inspiration to put ROLAD in, and making an own deck, thinking of my own combos with like own spell types and such. It's just very nice. Just leave comments. Just leave a comment thinking about inspiration, or just maybe your idea on the chess cards. What do you think of the chess cards? I'm just excited to talk more about these cool cards. So thank you all for watching, and have a nice day.